What is up, YouTube? I'm Devon DaVinci, leader of the Renaissance crew, and you're watching DaVinci Reacts. Today I got another reaction for you guys. This is a video that, honestly, I didn't have any intentions of doing. I told you I don't really like doing reactions to somebody's content, especially new content, too much because I want to give it time to breathe. But this video, one second. Whew. Sorry. Yes, I'm gonna leave all that in. This video was something that I wanted to do a reaction to because, one, I love gaming content. I love anything that is related to gaming that I could put on this channel because I want to bring more gamers to this channel. That way I have an ability to talk more about gaming with people in the comment sections and during live streams and things like that, because gaming is awesome. And also because this is a video that is very interesting to me. If there's one thing that's going to get me to do a reaction to something, it's something that piques my curiosity and has me doing research outside of the video. So after the video is over, I'll continue to look more into it. This video is a follow-up to a video that I just did recently. The YouTuber who created this video is Reigarw W Comparisons. Remember, I don't know how to pronounce the name. If you do, or if the Reigarw happens to come across this, please let me know how you pronounce your name, because I've always messed up on it. I've been a fan of your channel for the longest. I remember when you first blew up, and I've been subscribed to you ever since. I love your content. I've watched just about all of your videos. And like I said, this is a new video. Normally I would not do a reaction to a brand new video, but with this being gaming and probabilities and stuff like that, I had to do it. I did a video about probability comparisons not too long ago from this channel. So if you enjoyed that, you'll enjoy this. This is rare occurrences in video games. Let's check this out and see what it has to offer. Once I get my damn headbuds right. Fuck it, I don't care. Don't care. Let's get into it. Catching Pikachu at level 5 on Let's Go Pikachu, 1 in 3 chance. Any shotgun chest in Fortnite, 1 in 5. Same Tetris piece, 1 in 7. Baby chicken. I guess that's Minecraft. Exotic. Bungie increases the chance. I don't know what the Destiny 2. I'm tripping. The name of the game is right under it. Wow, how did I mess that up? Legendary chest, 1 in 13. Baby Piglet, 1 in 20. Critical hit in Pokemon Sword and Shield, a game that will also not be named on this channel because I have a problem with Pokemon right now. I'll get into it at some other time, but just know I have a problem with Pokemon as of right now. I love the series, huge fan of Pokemon. Have a problem with Pokemon Sword and Shield. Brown sheep. The second rarest natural occurring sheep color. 33. Pumpkin head. Booty. 50. Dragonair. Rarest Pokemon in these games. You need to use a super rod in the Safari Zone. Even when found, it can still flee. Yeah. 1 in 100. Weird Mushroom in Super Mario. 1 in 100. Sword of Kings in Earthbound. Never heard of that weapon. I never made it far in Earthbound. The furthest I ever made it in Earthbound was right around when you get to that cult with the blue, the KKK looking cult that wears blue. That's the furthest I got in Earthbound. I've been meaning to get back into it. It's just usually something will happen and I'll end up forgetting to play it again. 5-star Servant. Fade Grand Order. Crystal. Magic Crystal. Catching full HP legendary Pokemon. With a Pokeball? I'm guessing with a Pokeball. It doesn't really explain. Assuming 3 catch rate. At full health, no status, using a regular regular Pokeball. 1 in 255 chance. 4 baby chickens. A Phoebus. Dry Bowser. Wild Card. Does this mean like I'm not getting the dry Bowser thing. Does that mean like if you pick Bowser, there's a chance that he'll turn into dry Bowser, or is it like a chance that you'll run into a dry Bowser to unlock him or something? I don't get it. Somebody have to explain that one to me. Munchlax. Legendary Warfare. Tech Quest. Pink Sheep. Undertale. Undertale is another game I need to get into one day. Arcana Drop. Don't care about that. Red Treasure, Dota 2. Stat Track Knife. What is a Stat Track Knife? Enables the weapon to track the number of kills made. Seems crazy to kill with a knife instead of a rifle. But this is Counter-Strike we're talking about. Where backstab is a one-hit KO. Yeah. That goes with just about any first-person shooting game. Melee weapons are like 10 times stronger than a bullet. Cosmetic or Cosmic Wings. Diablo 3. Big Love Rocket. Shiny Pokemon, 1 in 4,096. Max CP Pokemon and Pokemon Go, 1 in 4,096. So it's pretty much a shiny Pokemon. Intricate Chest. Legendary SB Launcher. Slime Staff. Golden Frying Pan, Team Fortress 2. Minecraft Screen. Or Mincecraft Screen. Or Mince Raft Screen. Yeah, it's like an error. I haven't seen that screen, but I've heard that it exists, so I'm aware of that probability. Secret reload animation in Battlefield 4. Basically a screen. Don't care about Final Fantasy 12. There's a 1% chance of finding a bogan in, and another 1% chance for a bogan to call for a Salamence. Apparently, similar to fire and grass types, Salamence is also a type in Google. I don't know if that was a joke or what. Sometimes they put jokes in these descriptions, and I'm wondering if that was a joke. If it did, it went right over my head. Doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, you do feel stupid. This description is locked. You can only preview the first 2 letters. EA. Exploding Barrel in RuneScape 3. Randomly generated 1 in 400,000. Spore was a game that, very much like No Man's Land, it was hyped really big. I remember when they first announced it, and Will Wright was doing the conferences and was demonstrating the gameplay and stuff. I was so into Spore when they first announced it, and I was like keeping up with everything that was coming out. That was right around the time when I first started getting into like E3 presentations and things like that. Like I first started watching them, and Spore was one of those games that I was really keeping an eye on. And when it came out, it was great at first, but then it kind of got disappointing. It's like if you play the game right up until the creature phase, the game is like interesting, but then it immediately after that it completely falls off until you get to the space phase. But even then, once you get to the space phase, like once you have so much stuff, it's like you kind of don't have much else to do. It's interesting, but 5 Exodia cards. Exodia, obliterate. Mystic Goldfish. that a level somebody made? This level is pure RNG based on the coin falling left or right, hence the name. Must be a popular level to pop up on this video. Like they specified that particular level. Okay, now we're getting into the crazy odds. Two of the same worlds in Minecraft. Generating a world, or worlds are generated by seeds, and they are presumably 2 to the 64th power, I believe that is. Different possible overworld combinations or configurations. Two of the same worlds in No Man's Sky, which is the same thing. I always assumed No Man's Sky was a lot bigger than Minecraft. So, based on that, I thought the odds would be less likely to run into the same world, simply because there's so many more worlds than there are in No Man's Sky than there are in Minecraft. Perfect chicken jockey. I have no idea what the hell a chicken jockey is. A left-handed leader, baby villager, nitwit, chicken jockey that can pick up items, can't break doors, has full enchanted diamond gear with level 20, an enchanted iron sword with level 16, on a slime chunk desert during Halloween using specific conditions. No idea what the hell was just described right there. Okay, the perfect Spinda horde. Finding a Spinda horde battle in X and Y where all 5 Spindas are shiny, have perfect IVs, Pokérus, beneficial nature, their hidden abilities, and identical spot patterns. And now this is when we get to the stuff that's just absolutely incredible. If we assume 1,000 battles, every single hit is a critical hit, and all gold symbol speed run. Potential, the most challenging run. Perhaps this is completed in under 10 hours. One in goddamn. I believe that number represents that it has 1,380 zeros behind it. I could be wrong, but if that is the case, let's give Reigarw or Reigarw W a hand for the dedication to put that many zeros on screen. That's something I would not do. I would just like list the name of the number or something. A perfect shiny dex. Encountering all 890 shiny Pokemon in a row, assuming the luck of even finding a rare Pokemon is negligible. I can't even read it no more. It just took out everything. Okay, one more. Show me that last one. 1 in 2,658,000 zeros. He just put a white fade effect because like, the zeros are just too much. It's impossible. Is that even a number? Well, it has to be a number. If a Googleplex is given a name, then that number would have to be given a name too. At least I think. A Googleplex is a number with a Google zeros behind it. So yeah, it would have to have. This would have to have a number. U, game of life. Odds of your dad and mom meeting, dating, and resulting in kids. Add the odds that the specific sperm and egg become you. Further add the odds that of all the 150,000 of your ancestors living in to reproduction age, and the odds that all the specific sperm and eggs become your ancestors 150,000 times. Yeah, that is true. I mean, the odds that it seems like it's a well, I'll get into it immediately after the video stops. I was gonna see if there was anything else added. Yeah, I don't think so. I just want to do a quick jump right here, just to let you know. I'm going to get into a bit of a religious talk, not deep into it like the whole atheist stuff, but I'm going to argue about a particular point that some religious people hold when it comes to the odds of life being random and things like that, and it ties a lot to what I was talking about with the whole you thing. Right? People look at the odds before the fact as opposed to after the fact, if you know what I mean. And I'm going to try to use an example to try to explain what I'm talking about. If I asked you to throw cards, like a deck of cards, or if I shuffle some cards and just randomly shuffle them all, and then I tell you that, okay, what are the odds that when I take each card and lay them out directly next to each other, all the way down, all 52 cards, and each card, like I can give you each and every card that pops up. The first card is going to be a jack of diamonds. The second card is going to be a two of hearts. The third card is going to be a five of clubs, like, and just all the way down to all the 52 numbers. You'll probably look at that like, oh, that's probably impossible. Like the odds of all that stuff being in this exact order perfectly, it's such a astronomical number. It seems almost impossible. But what you're ignoring is you're looking at that before the fact. How life works is life just put the cards down in order, or life just put the cards down, and now after the fact we're looking back at it going, oh well, look, all these cards are in this particular order. But if I asked you to do that exact same thing and put all those cards in order before the fact, it would seem weird. And I'm probably having a hard time to describing it, because I mean, some people probably know what I'm talking about, but it's it's tough to explain it without actually sitting down and doing like getting my thoughts together and things like that. But what I'm trying to say is there is a particular order of like how life came to be, like the odds that we would be, like the earth would be in this particular point in like the solar system, allowing it to sit into the Goldilocks zone, the odds that, you know, we would have a sun that allows us to get just enough heat to be warm, but just enough, or just to be far enough that we're warm, but at the same time not be cold enough to freeze, and all this other stuff. And like people look at it and go like, oh well, it's too perfect, so it obviously had to have been designed for us. But the thing is, you're ignoring the fact that no, we just happen to be we're the effect. We're not the cause. We're not the purpose. Life, like the planet was just happened to be in this spot, and because it was in a spot that allowed for life to come, life just came. It's like, I don't want to compare humans to mildew or mold, but when someone makes a house, they don't build it for the purpose of mold coming into it. It's just that if under the right circumstances, if certain stuff happen to come together, mold just forms. The mold isn't perfect, or the house wasn't perfectly made for the mold. It was just that in that particular corner or whatever, mold was able to be made because the conditions were right. If the mold goes anywhere else inside the house, it's probably going to die or not be able to form. It's like I had a good thing, I just forgot it too. But oh yeah, it's like the puddle theory. People say, not theory, but it's like the argument about the whole water in a puddle. Like the water might look at the puddle and go, this puddle was perfectly made for me because I fit perfectly in it. There, like every single spot about this hole, it fits just right so that there's not a single space that is available inside of it. Like I fit directly in it. But the truth is, the hole wasn't made for the water. The water was made for the hole. You just happen to fit in the right. You just happen to fit into it because you were the circumstances of the whole as opposed to the whole being the circumstances of you. Life isn't something that is formed first and then the settings and conditions are made after the fact. The settings and conditions are made before the fact, and then whatever happens happens after that. Like, the earth wasn't perfectly made for us, because if it was, we would be able to survive on most of it. But if you go into certain parts of the desert without certain like things to help you out, you will die. If you go into certain parts of the of Siberia where it's super cold and stuff without proper things to protect you from it, you will die. If you go into the water without certain things to protect you from it, you will die. If you go too far into the atmosphere without certain things to protect you from it, you will die. Like, if anything, we humans have very few spaces that we can actually go to that would allow us to survive. We've been even on land. We aren't the most adapted species. Like, without tools and stuff like that, we would die. It's like, so we're just surviving. And I know I went into that whole thing. The whole point of it was that, like, looking at this number, it seems extremely impressive and things like that about the whole circumstances of you being formed. But this is looking after the fact. Like, when you're going through it as it's going on, choices aren't like made because they're predicted. Choices are made on the fly. Like, I'm going to choose this, I'm going to choose that. Like, now you can do that with anything. Take, for example, breakfast. The odds of you having whatever you ate the first time you ever had breakfast, and the second time you had breakfast, the third time you had breakfast, all the way until today, present day. Take every single breakfast you ever ate. The odds of a person, a human, eating that exact sequence of breakfast from the first time you ever ate breakfast, the person eating that exact same meal, and then the second time you ate breakfast, another person eating that exact same meal on their second breakfast and their third breakfast, and just keep going all the way down the line. The odds of somebody doing that exact thing is astronomical. It's almost impossible. Like, the number is so big, but you did it. It wasn't about you meeting an odd. It's just that you just were doing it, and as time went on, you look back and you see, like, oh, there's a lot of stuff I did. And then if I ask somebody else to replicate that, all right, I want you to repeat every single thing they did in their life exactly. The odds of it are almost impossible. I know I was kind of rambling at that point. Like I said, normally with something like this, you have to take time and do a lot of research and usually like make a script, things like that, to try to get your mind and everything together. And a lot of times I don't like doing that. Part of the reason why I even made this channel was to, just to help myself talk, to get more, just to be able to express myself more, because I'm a bit of an introvert. I don't really talk a lot when it comes to my everyday life. So this is something that helps me get better at communicating and talking and building confidence and things like that. So I prefer to do my videos without doing scripts and stuff like that. Like, I would rather do it live. That way everything is on the fly, everything is off the cuff, and you're pretty much on your toes as far as like doing things live. So in a real world situation, when I'm having a conversation or something like that, it's no different. I don't have the benefit of being able to do a second take or anything like that. Like, I'm just talking. Now, at some point in the future, if I do plan on doing like actual videos, then of course I'll have cuts and scripts and stuff like that. But for reactions, we're doing it live. Fuck it, we're doing it live. Okay? But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. I look forward to seeing you guys on a future video. Until then, I'm Devon DaVinci. I will have a link for Reigarw's channel at the end of this video, and I will have a link for the original video in the description box down below. I highly encourage you to go check that out, please. always show the original content creator support, no matter what it is. As long as, well, if you enjoy it, if you enjoy this video, go back and show them support. Have this video playing in the background as you watch another video or something that allows them to get a view. It goes towards the ad revenue, and they can continue to make videos that we enjoy with the money that they collect. So if you want to show them any type of support, the best thing you can do is just watch their video. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the deuces, and I will see you guys in a future video. Deuces.